Here is the normal hello world example, and it starts with the HTML and it has a title, and all it does is says hello Gandhi. So when we do that here, localhost, yes, here it is. Angular blog, all it does comes out as a hello Gandhi. That's all it does. So it's not difficult, it's simple enough. So let's see, the same thing can be done in Alpha. If you go here and you create a hello world FAW, and it all it does it, I put a dim message. You don't have to do it. You can just put print hello Gandhi, but I did it so that eventually when I show how it integrates with Alpha and AngularJS, you will be able to understand it. So this one will create same thing in the here AngularJS hello world, it comes up. So here we have a regular HTML file that produces an output, and we have an alpha 5 that produces an output. So we have two ways of uh, showing the same result. Now we are going to now go and see how AngularJS can does the same thing, can do the same thing. Here we are going to go and see. Okay, here it is. This is the Angular module. Let's see, index normal. Hello. This is, I'm getting it from, okay. Here is a very simple AngularJS hello world. Okay. If you look at the AngularJS, AngularJS extends the HTML tags. So here we are going to declare an Angular app. I'm declaring this as a blog app. When you tag it on to the HTML, anything that starts with HTML to the end of HTML will belong to the blog app. You can put the same into the div content, such as if you put it on here, ng app blog app, here in the div content, till the end of the div, it will own that. Up to this point, that will belong to the blog app. Since I know my entire application is going to be done in AngularJS, I put the ng app into the HTML. Then I can use the div for the controllers. Here is the simplest of all the AngularJS hello world. You are declaring the app. This is the title just like anybody else. And here is the div. There is a one new word that you see, ng controller, and the controller name is hello world controller. Think of this as a function. This function owns this div from here to this. The curly brackets start, two curly brackets, and two curly brackets end. This is a scope object. Whatever in this area will be injected by the message from this, sorry, this is a message. Whatever in this area is injected from the scope. So let's go take a look at the script here, which is on the same page. We take the script and we're declaring the blog app here as an Angular module, and it has a lot of dependencies which we have not described on this particular one yet. And then I'm going to have a hello world controller, a function, and a scope. The scope is passed on to the function. The scope has a message called hello Gandhi, and this message is going to be injected into this. So if you look at the hello index hello HTML, this hello Gandhi should appear right here. So we're going to go take a look at that. So I'm just going to go here, start another one, localhost. I'm going to do index hello HTML. See, the hello Gandhi comes up. just like the way we have done in AlphaSoftware, just like the way we done a regular HTML, just like the way we done a regular um, AngularJS. Now we are able to display the same thing in all of those. So you're wondering why this is so important. If you go and take a look at Alpha 5, you could actually display a name as an object, just an object. And now if you're able to go reach that object with AngularJS and put it back into the main screen, then you are able to connect two separate programming languages. Okay, I'm going to go show here. Let me close this up here. And then I'm going to take Hello Gandhi. I'm going to edit that. This is just an A5W page. On that, I'm going to give you a response header. I'm going to allow origin from everybody. And then I'm going to define a message as a JSON message here. And at the time when I finish, I'm going to print out the message. And it will look like just like this. When it publishes, it will come just like that. It's a JSON object notation. That's all it is going to come. I don't need that. This I don't need anymore. I'm going to close it out. Okay. So if I use AngularJS to call up this function so that I can decipher the JSON object so that I can display Hello Gandhi, that will be nice, right? So I'm going to show here. Okay, here the same file that originally described just a simple message body. Here I'm going to have same blog app, same thing, div ng controller. I'm declaring the ng controller. Now you see something different happening here. Curly brackets begin, two curly brackets begin, and message array 0 body. I'm going to show what was in the JSON object in this area. This div is controlled by the hello world controller. So we are going to go and see, okay, here is a blog app, and that is dependency is not declared yet. And I'm going to say hello world controller, function scope, and HTTP. The HTTP calls the local host. And you remember Hello Gandhi AFW? It is calling that. When it calls, the success is a response and the scope message is a response message. So when the scope message MSG, I'm going to undo it. I'm going to take that message body. I'm going to undo this into message 0 body, because remember the body, the object had a body and Hello Gandhi as a message. So when you run this on the computer here into this thing here, index hello, it is all it is calling that local host into AlphaSoftware. AlphaSoftware supplies a message and AngularJS injects into the HTML file. So this is well and good. You have done that in the same computer. What about if you need to connect it somewhere else? That's what we need to know. So we are going to go and show how I can connect it. Not only your own computer, you can connect it to your server somewhere else located. This whole program, all I'm going to do is in the Hello.js, I'm going to change the destination. You see this here? In the Hello 2, I have localhost 82 AngularJS Hello Gandhi. I am going to create this blog, the script. I'm going to move it out of the main HTML file into a Hello.js file where I'm declaring the blog app. And again, the dependency is not injected yet or declared yet. Controller, hello controller, function scope, and HTTP. And I'm going to call my server that is located in my office approximately 20 miles away from here. And same thing, I'm calling this Hello Gandhi FIW in that computer, and it pumps out response as scope message. It comes up as a message and the message is injected into the scope. The scope now is available for the index HTML as an array. It deciphers into message 0 body. Now if you run this, this is hello index, this is just index file. Okay, here it is. Localhost Angular blog. So I am going to now recycle it. Okay, if you look at the file here, it says here now we will be getting the message from the server, the same hello Gandhi message, button ng click. All Angular functions will have Angular prefix. Instead of having click, it will have Angular click. And the function is get message. Let's go take a look at what the get message shows. Hello JS here. See this here, block it all. Scope. In the scope, the function get message is a function and it calls the server and responds back. When it comes back the message, it is now available for this area to decipher that. So let's go to the here index HTML get message. When I click on the thing, I click on the button, it should call the server and the message should be printed below the line. Yep, it does. So you can see clearly in this demonstration of various hello world example that you can, just like the way you normally display an HTML file, Alpha can do the same thing, AngularJS can do the same thing, AngularJS can integrate with Alpha to do the same thing. So these are all very simple, these are all easily understandable, functional. But our aim is to create a phone application where a large amount of data is residing elsewhere and we need to contact the server so that we can get all the data into the phone and display it. And during this course of the blog, at the end of the blog, you will be able to see it can be easily done. Along with the functions of camera, functions of map, functions, all of this thing that is available, only barcode scanning, all this can be done with AngularJS integration with Alpha 5. And that's not very difficult. So I hope to show you many techniques. I would think this will take about 3 to 4 weeks of posting, and at the end of the posting you should be able to see how nicely it works and beautifully it looks. Thank you for your time.